All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me here this evening. The time is currently 8:47 p.m. Central, and we are looking at a live severe weather outbreak continuing. We've got severe weather all the way from South Dakota back into Virginia here, and all of it is going to have the capabilities of producing damaging winds and large hail, and then we also have a tornado watch in effect here for portions of the central and southern plains, going all the way from Texas back into Nebraska here, right? We are expecting a couple of tornadoes tonight. We could even see a strong tornado possibly, all right? We do have a little blip on the radar here northwest of Plains, Kansas, and you may be thinking, okay, cool, that's a sprinkle or two. What does that have to do with anything? Well, the environment over here is spinning so much that even this kind of sprinkle activity is going to have an advantage whenever it comes to rotation, right? The clouds are spinning so much in this area that a tornado is almost imminent somewhere in this warning box, or sorry, somewhere in this watch box. I will be shocked, honestly, if we don't see at least one or two tornadoes come out of Kansas tonight, because, again, even just a little shower is going to be capable of producing a tornado. Okay, now it's not going to produce a tornado as a shower, but what it's going to do is it's going to grow incredibly quickly in this kind of environment, which is why we do have that tornado watch in effect. Okay, this is a new tornado watch since last stream, all right? This is a relatively high-end one. It is not a PDS tornado watch, not quite, but it is still pretty significant here. I'll go ahead and read off the details for that. It reads, give me just a second here. It reads, a few tornadoes likely, scattered hail up to apple size likely, and scattered gusts up to 75 miles per hour likely. So they're talking about an all hazards in play, and all hazards they're kind of on a high end this time around, all right? They're not like, oh, there's a small threat for it. It's kind of large, all right? Like the scattered hail up to apple size likely is something that you don't see in a tornado watch warning, or in a tornado watch reading very often. So it is uncertain at the time if this is actually a shower, if this is just radar interference, but if that is a shower, that is likely going to have some potential to pop off, and this could be a shower as well. Again, it's kind of hard to tell because they're so weak that they kind of blend in with the little radar interference blobs there. But the reason we are watching these so closely is because, again, down the line, these could produce tornadoes. They really could. As ridiculous as it is to call this out this early, the amount of spin in the atmosphere is prime for tornadoes, okay? We do have some storms on the Kansas-Nebraska border. They're kind of just outside of that spin. They're a little too scattered. They're not able to become discrete easily enough. All right, we don't really have any storms right now that are very tornadic-wise impressive. We do have a severe warning storm up here in South Dakota that's rotating a little bit, and then same thing with the severe warning storm out in Virginia. It has just a touch of rotation, not much at all. The Virginia one's definitely not going to produce a tornado. The South Dakota one's definitely not either. So we've got to wait for something to happen. But once something does happen, things are going to pop off quickly here, okay? So, again, this little shower here could end up producing a tornado near Liberal, Kansas. That's where it is right now. It's not going to produce a tornado in Liberal, Kansas, but it is got a pretty good atmosphere to work with here, and there's not too much holding it back. There's not much of a cap out here. So we are honestly watching this very closely. These little showers, these little sprinkles are starting to pop off, but even those little sprinkles are enough to attract storm chasers Corey Gherkin, Brandon Kopic, Vince Welty. Some of the best storm chasers in the world are concerned about these little showers potentially becoming big-time thunderstorms and tornado makers. So that's the concern for right now, all right? We're definitely watching southwestern Kansas, even into central Kansas. Dodge City area, you gotta look out. We definitely have a tornado potential for you. Nothing imminent, but over the next few hours, it cannot be ruled out. We, even at the 8 p.m. update, we still are sticking with an enhanced hatch risk for tornadoes, so even the Storm Prediction Center is noting that a isolated strong tornado or two is still possible tonight. Could not let our guard down. So, yeah. Let's go back here to the Dodge City radar. We need to wait for this update to see what this little shower does. They're not going to update the radar much, though, most likely, because there's not too much going on in the zone right now. Just a couple of showers. But yeah. And again, we only have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. This is kind of the lowest point in the event in terms of that aspect. Okay, yeah, this is definitely showers. This is not just radar interference. These are showers here that are to the south of Kismet, Kansas. And again, I know it is so early in its life stage, but these are in a very favorable environment for a potential tornado. So we've got to watch it as closely as possible. I would go as far to say that I'm more concerned about this shower than any of our severe thunderstorms going on right now. Now, the thing you need to know is, you're not supposed to be scared. You're supposed to be prepared. What that means is have a tornado action plan in place. If you do plan on going to bed here, all right, obviously, a lot of people are going to have work and school in the morning. If you do plan on going to bed, make sure that you have multiple ways to receive alerts. Let's say you have your phone, all right? What if your phone dies? What if there's no cell service? You're not going to get that wireless emergency alert that you need. So you're going to want to have a backup plan, all right? NOAA weather radios are a good option. Tornado sirens sometimes can be a good option, but I wouldn't recommend relying on them because some communities don't activate them and some communities activate them late in a lot of situations. But there are several different ways that you are able to receive alerts. I would recommend having at least 2 of them, for sure. So, yeah. Because this is, again, this is a tornado watch in effect now for Dodge City, Kansas, Liberal, Kansas, all the way down to Perryton, Texas, and Woodward, Oklahoma, back through Hayes, Kansas, Great Bend, Kansas, towards Kearney, Nebraska. But I think the main threat is going to be centered around southwestern Kansas and central Kansas. And again, this is what we're watching. Some sprinkles. This is a sprinkle chase. But that's literally what this is for them. These storm chasers over here. They are going out of their way to chase these little showers that are popping up here. They could be on a severe thunderstorm right now. All right, we just got a new one issued. Speaking of that, that's going to be for Rosebud, South Dakota, 1.25-inch hail, and wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Make sure that you are getting away from windows, getting indoors. But anyway, as I was saying, they could be chasing a severe thunderstorm right now, but instead, they've chose to chase these showers because they believe that these have a greater tornado potential, these little sprinkles, than the already fully matured and developed severe thunderstorms. So if that doesn't convince you that these do have potential with them, I don't know what will. Again, I'm not trying to scare you, I'm trying to prepare you. Again, there's no reason to be scared. As long as you do have a storm shelter, a basement, even just an interior room without windows, and you're able to go to it at the proper time, you are going to be fine in this event. I promise. But we gotta make sure that you are prepared and that you do have that. I know a lot of people out here are going to be like, oh, I've lived in Kansas my whole life. I've experienced 13 tornadoes. Nothing is going to stop me from sleeping through the night. Well, I mean, okay, that's one way to that's one way to live, but I wouldn't do that personally. I wouldn't have that mindset. Because, I mean, ultimately, you may be thinking, I have to go to work or school in the morning, but ultimately, if there is a tornado in your area, there's likely going to be a lot of cancellations. So, really staying up late won't kill your job. Again, this thing here, south of Kismet in Kansas right now, is what we are watching. It's going to ride up the Highway 54 area. It's going to be going in between Kismet and Plains very soon. It's going to cross 54. kind of cross 160 even. Luckily, it is going to be in a pretty rural area here over the next couple of hours. So that's good. We just got a lot of little communities and farmlands out here. We do have a storm already producing damaging wind gusts on the West Virginia border. I don't know why I'm saying already. This event's been going on for hours now. But yeah, that is producing damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and hail up to 1 inch in diameter. You can see, though, I mean, that's dying out very rapidly, so we'll probably see that severe thunderstorm warning get removed very shortly here. Let's go ahead and go back out to our showers. I know it's probably getting boring to look at these because it's just a few sprinkles, but it's what we got to do. So, we're going to do it. And, alright, next scan. We're still not seeing a whole lot of development in those showers, which is good. That is very good. That's a good sign, but that doesn't mean it's going to continue to go that way. So we got to watch this. Again, I know it may sound early to be checking the velocities, but these are going to have so much potential to spin early on in its lifespan before it becomes fully matured. The cell's going to be right in here that we're watching for. I did that circle pretty much perfect there. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing, if anything, there is a little bit of minor rotation in there, but even if it can get that much of a head start, that can really boost its tornado potential down the line here. And it is becoming a little bit more of a shower instead of just a couple of sprinkles. So, it's developing. It really is. It's a gamble of whether or not that's going to do something over the next couple of hours here. I don't want to, ignore our current severe thunderstorm warnings for a stupid shower. We also have a flash flood warning for LaGrange, Kentucky. This area got hammered by heavy storms. Emergency management reported flash flooding, so don't go out driving. That is enough to sweep your cartway. We do also have wind damage and large hail reports in this area, so they got a pretty big old severe thunderstorm there in LaGrange. They just got hit by a huge tornado recently. So, I think it was EF2. It was either EF1 or EF2, but I think it was EF2. So, yeah. Alright. This might get severe warned. It's been doing this for a while, though, and it hasn't gotten severe warned, but there is a ton of large hail out here. Maybe even some minor rotation trying to develop, but it's not going to be able to do anything in this kind of environment. At least not like our showers down here in Kansas are. I know, I keep going back to this, but I mean, if all that comes out of this is a shower, then fine, I was wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. We do even have a little bit of another shower north of Plains that's been going on for a while, but it's not quite as big. I mean, you can't really rank a shower and how intense it is, but see, look though, it's growing, and as soon as that turns into a storm, that's gonna have quite a bit of tornado potential. So again, this is gonna be down to the south and the east of Kismet, Kansas at the minute. Let's wait for this new velocity update. Let's see if I can draw the perfect circle again. Right in there. Right in there is where it's going to be. Come on, load velocities, please. Updates, please. Any day now. Come on. Why are the velocities not updating? Why are they not updating? What the heck? Okay. Well, I guess we'll wait for that. I was really expecting it to happen just a couple of seconds after the reflectivity updated. We do have Brad Arnold getting in position for tomorrow's severe weather event. I imagine he's going to go up to Iowa, because that's kind of where the greatest tornadic potential is going to be tomorrow for anybody interested in tomorrow's event while we wait for this radar update. We got Eastern Iowa is going to be the big area of concern. It's not going to be another August 10th, 2020. Anybody in Iowa knows what I'm talking about, or anybody in Eastern Iowa does anyway. It's not going to be another August 10th, 2020. The wind threat is not that high. If anything, gusts to 70 miles per hour possible, but you guys got 140 last time, so, I mean, I don't think that's really anything that should scare you guys too much. You still want to be prepared for that. Make sure that you are hatching down your trampolines if 70 mile per hour winds are approaching your area. Seriously, why is this not updating? This velocity update is like 3 minutes behind the reflectivity update already. The next reflectivity update is going to come out before this current velocity update comes out. Right in there. Actually, it's going to be like up here now, because it's taking forever. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just going to not do that. Oh, it finally updated. Okay, I need to be quiet. That was very loud. I was excited, though. Dude, I was right. The reflectivity updated again before the velocity did. Okay. Well, yeah, you can see our shower is trying to develop there, trying to become matured. It is doing it slowly, but surely it is about to go through the east side of Kismet. Again, it's just a shower right now. It's nothing to be concerned of if you are in Kismet. It's going to go past you before it does anything significant. If it does anything significant, I should say, because we don't know that for a fact. There's just a chance of it. It's not even like a super high chance. It's just a potential. So, again, I don't want to scare anybody, because it is just a shower right now. We really don't know exactly what it's going to do. But while we are waiting, we could actually bring up some cyclone ports. I don't know, though. They're all kind of dark. You can't really see anything on them. And none of them are in, like, the path of any storms directly. Yeah, I don't know. We're not going to bring up any cams. Oh, we could actually bring up this one north of Kansas City. It's getting some rain, it looks like. Oh, wow, look at that lightning strike. Dragon Nation. That is north of Kansas City. It is out by the Willowbrook area and the Pinkston area in Missouri, closer to St. Joseph than Kansas City, actually. Got about 10 people watching that cyclone pour on Radar Omega right now. It's one of the better ones to be watching across the country. Probably the best one right now to be watching across the country, actually. I don't know what else you'd be watching. Okay, well, hopefully we'll get a new velocity update shortly now, actually, because it was a full radar scan behind. It's like if you, imagine you're running a track and you get lapped and the person still is passing you. That's what happened here with the reflectivity and the velocities. The velocities have not updated yet. It's going to be like a full scan behind the reflectivity consistently now. Alright, let's check up on our storms in South Dakota. Oh, we did get a update. Oh, wrong radar. Yeah, we got another reflectivity update before we got a velocity update. Okay. And, it's trying. It looks like it weakened out, though. That was a crazy lightning strike. We are getting such good shots of that lightning there. Okay, you know what? The shower that we've been watching for 20 minutes, it may not do anything. Looks like it's kind of not as impressive as it could have been. We're going to watch. I know nobody wants to do this, but we're going to watch for other showers in the area. This one approaching Montezuma. We're going to watch this one now. It's kind of hard to see because of the radar interference, but it is there for sure. Again, literally nobody wants to do this, but I am. I don't even want to do this, and I'm going to do it. This looks like it's a relatively new shower. This is stupid. What am I doing? Okay, let's just look at our storms. We do have a ping pong ball-sized tag hail on this severe thunderstorm warning now. Yeah, that is some massive hail there, you guys. That is 69 dBz. Yep, a couple of spots there are. So again, I do want to stress, make sure that you are getting away from windows. Damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour are also going to be possible with this storm, so we may even see some wind-driven hail there. Let's go back out here to Virginia and West Virginia. Oh, that severe thunderstorm warning did finally get removed. Okay. So now we are just left with our warnings there in South Dakota, which we do have 2 of. One of them is going to be for the Wood area. The other one is going to be approaching Cedar Butte. Near Parmelee right now, off to the east of Parmelee. There's a ton of lightning associated with these. It's kind of in like a pattern. It's kind of cool. These again are some hailmakers up here in South Dakota to the north of... Holy crap, that was a big lightning strike. To the north of Hereford. They never got severe warning, which is a little surprising. This one could get severe warning. That's doing large hail. This one's doing large hail. It could get severe warning. There are a lot in the area that definitely are. Let's go and check up on our showers. It's growing 1 pixel at a time, you know. I'm just worried about how much spin is in the atmosphere here. It's the only reason I'm even looking at these at all. There is a ton of lightning on our Dragon Nation cam. That must be a pretty lightning-dense storm. It doesn't even look like it's doing that much. It's actually facing this storm here and seeing all that lightning. Near Plattsburgh. So there you go. Alright. Sorry, I was looking at something that my friend sent me. Alright, so yeah, this little one near Plains that we've been watching for so long, it's still going here. And then the one near Montezuma is now entering Montezuma. You may start to feel a few sprinkles on your head if you are outside there. Anyway. Wow, big lightning strike there. There's a ton of lightning considering how small that little storm actually is. Alrighty. Continuing to watch these developing showers here for a potential tornado threat down the line, actually. Alright. So, again, you guys, I know nobody is enjoying this. You're new here? Oh, yeah, thank you. You messaged that earlier, thank you. Sorry, I'm, texting my friend something. Again, nobody wants to watch this. At this point, I'm just doing this for the memes. But I mean, there is a legitimate chance of a tornado down the line with one of these. It's not like there's no reason for me to be doing this. It's not like I'm just staring into dead air. Oh wow, this storm actually has the tornado possible tag up near Rosebud now. Okay, maybe we should be focusing on the active situations, Davis, instead of an upcoming shower. We'll watch this storm now. I'm texting my friend again. I'm sorry, I'm not really speaking much. We'll go ahead and keep things focused on this storm here. Alright, I'll try to be a little bit more entertaining than sitting here watching this without saying anything. There is a ton of lightning on the Dragon Nation cam, once again, considering how small of a storm that is. Like, it's not doing much. It's doing some moderate rainfall, but there's a ton of lightning associated with it. And it's not doing anything else, so... Sorry, I did not mean to click on that. Everybody probably thought I was going to go back to that again, and they probably let out, like, an audible groan. Let's go back out here to South Dakota. Both of these are now warned for ping-pong ball-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And this has the tornado possible tag on it. This is a very, very, very messy radar zone. That's your rotation there, but it's not as concerning as it looks. If that was actually what it looked like near the surface, this would be a huge ongoing situation. But it is still there, even if it is super high up in the atmosphere, so we gotta watch that there for a potential tornado. We may see a tornado warning get issued with that. We have not seen any tornado warnings today, by the way, yet. So that would be a first for today. We do actually have a storm down here in northwest Texas. This one is currently special weather statement warned for 40-mile-per-hour winds and half-inch hail. But it looks like it is kind of taking a downward trend here. So that's good. Let's move back up to the southwest Kansas area and get everybody's favorite update, the shower update. Alright. I think this joke's getting old now. Alright, I'll stop, I promise. But mark my words, something is going to happen in southwest Kansas tonight, whether that be a wedge tornado or, you know, a typical severe thunderstorm, I don't know. But something is going to happen, something significant. I guess saying something isn't real specific, is it? Anyway, let's focus on our storm with the tornado possible tag now. This is just off to the north of Soldier Creek, South Dakota here. It also is capable of producing wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and ping-pong ball-size hail. There are reports of both of those things there. The storm heading for Wood, you've also got to look out for. This is definitely a big storm here, capable of producing damaging wind gusts and large to very large hail. And those are our only severe warned storms. Oh my goodness, huge lightning strike. Alright, we have a special weather statement warned storm out here towards the Virginia Beach area. This storm is currently producing wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour, so it's definitely going to be a bit gusty out there. Then we've got our special weather statement warned storm in Texas that I mentioned. We got a special weather statement warned storm here south of Dry Ridge. There was another severe warned storm near Dry Ridge, Kentucky earlier. We were expecting a severe storm complex to move through Kentucky today, but we were expecting it to be a little bit more significant than it really was. We had even a hatched risk for hail for this area specifically. We do have a special weather statement orange storm here in northwest Virginia, southern West Virginia. We've had this for a while now. And let's go ahead and take it out to, I don't know where I was going to say. Those are literally all of our storms right now, guys. And then we got our showers out here in southwest Kansas. But yeah. Sorry, I really thought something was going to happen there. We sat there for half an hour. I'm a little shocked that we didn't see any development at all. Like, nothing at all. We're still at the same point that we started with. A couple of sprinkles. So, we do have a plethora of damaging wind gust reports and large hail reports here from South Dakota today, actually. Shower updates. Yep, still sprinkles. Surprise, surprise. Alright. Dude, the Dragon Nation cam is getting so many lightning strikes right now for how weak of a storm this is. Some of them they look like they're cloud to ground, some of them. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some locations around the country really quickly. Hello, Best Lily Cakes. Let's take a look at some locations around the country. Northern California, beautiful look at Mount Shasta there. I love how just a couple hundred miles to the east, it's pitch black out, nighttime, and then in Mount Shasta, looks like it's the middle of the day here. It is about to be sunset, though. It's about 54 degrees out there. It's been a chillier one, but not as bad as it has been, so you guys are getting lucky out there. Let's take a look at Central Texas here, on the newly installed Colleen cyclone port. It's been warm out there today. Even now we're at 75 degrees down there still, almost. It has been awfully muggy, though, with dew points in the high 60s to low 70s all day. We got East Kentucky coming in at a nice and warm 75. It was up in the 80s there today as well. Southern Wisconsin, it's much chillier, right? We got about 45 degrees on the board for you guys right now. Let's bring it over to Atlanta, Georgia. All right. We have got about 71 degrees on the board for you guys. Over towards New Orleans. Browsard, 72, and it's actually 72.5 is the dew point and the temperature. There's a 100% humidity. Very muggy out there. I'm sure it's been awful out there today. South Central Alabama, it's about 66.5 degrees out there right now. It was probably perfect out there today. It was probably still muggy, though. The dew point is still at 60 degrees. Let's take a look at one last one here. Northwest Iowa, sitting at a chilly 47. So those are the locations around the country right now. Let's go ahead and take another look at our storm here. Now to the north of Rosebud. If you're in Rosebud, you're good. This is past you. Maybe just some lightning lingering out there. There's a ton of lightning associated with the storm all around it. I thought I heard a sound outside. Sorry. I lost my train of thought. That was scary. I thought it was like a siren or something. It was like a... But anyway, let's see. No update there on the Dodge City radar yet. You know, jokes aside, there could actually be something there tonight. I don't want to make it seem like that's all just a big meme. I really thought there was going to be something there by now, but there's not. So anyway, again, we only have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings left. This one expires in 9 minutes. I don't think it'll get reissued. It's looking a little bit less impressive now. It is sitting right on top of wood, so if you can safely report any severe weather, please do that to your local National Weather Service. If you don't know what that is, you can find it very easily. I believe here it would be Thedford in Nebraska, central Nebraska. So, let's get a look at our flash flood warning here. I mean, there's not much to look at. The rain's moved out of LaGrange now. If you're in LaGrange, don't worry. There's not more rain falling. The flooding will end relatively soon. We haven't looked at the St. Louis storms much this stream. That's because they're kind of gone now. But yeah. We do have a slight risk of severe weather still on the East Coast here. So we could see another isolated severe storm or two out there, but obviously the main focus at this point is definitely the central and southern plains. Again, any convection at all, we are definitely watching for out here in southwestern Kansas. That will move into central Kansas around the Great Bend area. You got to look out for a potential tornado tonight. Again, don't be scared, be prepared. Our storm in northwest Texas is still doing some small hail and maybe even some downburst gusty winds. Let's take a look at the power outage map. I bet South Dakota's got quite a few customers without power. Yeah, currently they've got about 660 people without power right now in South Dakota. That doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to remember South Dakota's a small state. The population's very low, so 660 customers is still quite a bit. Virginia is chilling at about 14,500. That's actually pretty significant. Kentucky's got about 200 customers without power. West Virginia is about 1,000. Texas, we've got about 4,000 customers without power. Oklahoma, all right, about 650. Kansas, not much. We haven't gotten anything in Kansas yet. Same thing with Nebraska. So, let's see here. Our severe thunderstorm warning for the storm near Wood, I did mention it was weakening out, and that warning has been removed. So we are just left here with literally one severe thunderstorm warning. It is a significant one off to the west of the White River. You got to look out for it. The rotation has died out, though, for sure. I'm not worried about a tornado with this storm anymore. At this point, the most concerning thing is the large hail and maybe some isolated damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour with that storm there. We'll go ahead and take a look, one last look here. Let's wait for one more radar scan to come in on our southwest Kansas radar site, and if there's nothing popping up at all, we'll go ahead and end off the stream here since we've literally only got one severe storm going on at the minute. So we'll wait for this. The Dragon Nation cam has been chucking out lightning this whole time. Look at this, guys. Of course, as soon as I bring it up full screen, it stops. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, it's been doing that the whole time, and some of those are definitely cloud-to-ground strikes. There's no doubt about it, in my mind, at least. And again, we're waiting here. This is a wait party. As soon as I say I'm going to end off the stream, it starts to get some yellow reflectivity readings. Let's wait for the velocity update. If it's not rotating at all, end off. I guarantee you, though, as soon as I end the stream, it's probably going to end up being the storm of the night. Alright, no real rotation. We're getting off the stream here, everybody. I do want to thank you all for tuning in. It's been, I want to say it's been eventful, and it has in some spots, but unfortunately, not in the spots that we were watching. So yeah, I mean, that's a good thing. That I don't want to make it sound like I'm rooting for a tornado to drop. I'm just saying, you know, it's been boring for the most part. So again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. We do have a special weather statement for this storm up here now. I mentioned several times it might get severe warned. There was severe hail near Quinn. That was a while ago. So it did get a special weather statement warning for 50 to 55 mile per hour winds and nickel-sized hail. Both of those are just under severe limits. If that storm gets any bigger, that's going severe. So, yeah. Again, thank you guys all for tuning in to this stream. And I will see you guys next time.